Hello and welcome guys to this channel. Welcome to this video. Thank you for clicking on it. I appreciate your support so very much. If you've seen my face before, you know that I am all about knitting and crocheting and all about the fiber arts. So that's what this channel is about. So if you haven't subscribed, please do consider subscribing. And if you are brand new and you've never seen me before, please do consider checking out some of my older videos and just seeing if this is your vibe. And if it is, please do also consider subscribing. In this video, I thought that I would do a knit and chat type of video because I could knit and chat to my son. So I figured I could knit and chat to you. And I don't know, that is the idea. I do hope that it manifests in this video. I do have my coffee here, which is almost finished. And I will also mention that I am cooking in the kitchen. So if you notice that something has shifted within the video, it's because I got up to go and check up on the pots in the kitchen so that they do not get burnt. Right? We're not trying to have some burnt food today. So I am a little bit multitasking, but you know, it's gonna be fine because it's almost done out there in the kitchen. I'm doing a few things at once. Um, so yeah, my coffee is almost done. It's literally like one sip away from being done. Maybe 2 sips. There's still a little bit left, but yeah, we're gonna put it down so that I can continue with this video. In this video, I will be working on my blanket, which is this blanket right here. I've shown it before on my previous videos, and I just work on the strips, columns, sections at a time, and then I just connect them together to make a blanket. So right now I am on my last strip that I just started. Well, I started it a few weeks ago. I started this a few weeks ago, but this is how far I've gotten because, you know, other things get in the way and, you know, I get to put this down a little bit. So today, this is what I'm going to be working on as I chit chat with you guys. Yeah, so you will notice that the ends are also not woven in. There's a lot of ends that are still, it's a work in progress. This is a work in progress, right? So there's a lot of ends. There's not a lot of ends actually to be woven in, but you know, yeah, I can't wait for it to be done. I've definitely had so much fun making this blanket, and yeah, it's really just been a lot of fun. It is a project that has brought me literally so much of joy. Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm going to be working on. I'm working on the final column, strip, I don't know what to call it, section, the final one. So I am combining blue and red to make it look like this. I think it's really fun. And I cannot wait to be cozy with my son in the couch, watch a movie, and just be on this blanket. It's a little lap blanket, but I'm making it so that it's enough to cover both me and my son when we're out in the couch cuddling, you know. And I think that is going to be fun. It's almost fine. It's like 90% fine with the length that it is right now. It's like I just want to add a little bit more, just one more section. But as of right now, if my son and I cuddled up, we would fit. But I do want it to have a little bit of extra room. You know what I mean? So yes, so that is what I will be working on today. Really quickly, I just want to show you what I'm currently wearing right now. I am wearing a top that I made. It is a knit top that I made, my very first knit clothing piece. Yay me. It is a little off the shoulder. It is made out of 100% cotton. I did double strand the cotton because it was really thin. And also I kind of wanted to get rid of that cotton that I had, so I did kind of double strand. It is really nice. I do really love it. So today we do have a little bit of sun. It is a little bit warm outside, even though we are in the thick of winter. Last week was freezing and there was heavy rains. It was cold. It was just, But those days are the cozy days. You just like cuddle up and be nice and cozy and put on your warm clothing. I like all types of season. I like all types of weather, because there's something to be enjoyed with every type of weather, with every type of season. So I did really enjoy those cold days and those rainy days. It was raining, it was cold, it was freezing, for the past week. But I think today it's a little warm today. We have some sun. It hasn't rained for about 3 days now. So it's really nice. This top is really fitting. Yeah, that is it about my top. And we are now going to get right into the knitting. Getting straight into it right now, I think the first thing that I want to talk about is where do I get my yarn and my thinking whenever I do get some yarn. So I get my yarn mostly from Temu. That is my go-to place for yarn for me. I do get some yarn locally as well. So say I'm out shopping, such as this one, and I bump into some yarn, I'll grab a few balls of that. Locally, I don't think we have a good selection of yarn, or a good variety of yarn. Or at least I have not come across a store that provides, variety and good selection of yarn. So that is why Temu is usually my go-to place. I don't really have an issue with yarn coming from Temu. I think it's good quality. The only issue with Temu yarn is that there's no consistency or stability in the yarn. So, for example, if you buy a particular type of yarn right now, you might go back next time, try and get it, and it's not there anymore. So you have to look at whatever is. You get what's available, right? There's no consistency. I cannot say that I got this. This is this brand, and then you may not get that same brand again when you go shopping at Temu. That is the only issue. But I think in terms of like just variety and options, I think Temu has been good to me. I have not had any issues. But if you know of any other places where I could get some yarn, please do let me know in the comments down below. I would love to look at it. I think also my issue is that I do also have to look at delivery costs to where I am, and Temu has been good with delivery and delivery costs as such. Yeah, so it has been working for me up until this point. I haven't had any issues. Yeah, so that's where I get my yarn from. But this is local yarn. This is local yarn. It is cotton, and I was out shopping and I found it, and so I grabbed it. Also, I think that I'm very big on online shopping. Like I don't really like going out to a store and buying stuff. I really like it for the sake of efficiency. For the sake of efficiency, I prefer online shopping. So I think that's why also I gravitate towards Temu. But if you know of any other places, again, do let me know down in the comments below. I also do like going out on adventures. So if there's a physical store that you know that I could go to, let me know down in the comment section below. I am based in South Africa, by the way. So do let me know. I would love to check that place out. And so then my philosophy or thinking whenever I do buy yarn. So I will say that at the beginning, whenever I did start with crafting and fiber arts, my thinking at the time was I need to grab as many different colors as I can. And I was mainly, all I knew was acrylic and cotton, right? I wasn't really into wool. I got into wool right now whenever I'm starting with knitting. That's when I started looking into some wool blends. But I was really just acrylic and wool and cotton. So, and my thinking at the time was I need to get, as many colors as I can, or colors that speak to me. Not as many colors as I can, but colors that speak to me. Like maybe if I'm into yellow and I really love this bright, beautiful yellow, then I grab the yellow, and I grab the white, I grab the black and all sorts of colors, and just have it in stock, so that or have it in my possession, so that if I do think of a project, then I have the yarn to do it. But I felt like that was not really working for me, because say I get some colors. Sometimes maybe I get a bag of that color, and I think that maybe it's not enough. Sometimes I find that it's not enough for the project that I'm trying to make. And at the time, I was crocheting quite a lot. I recently just started knitting. So with crocheting does take up a lot of yarn. So sometimes I find that the quantity that I got of that particular yarn isn't enough to cover the project. So I end up having to add some different colors. Maybe my intention and my vision was that the garment is going to be, I don't know, blue, but then I don't have enough of that blue, or I run out of that blue, and then I have to either add a different color blue, or I need to just try and match it with a different color and stuff like that. So that's what I noticed, because whenever you do go back to Timo and try and look for the blue that you got, you're not going to get it sometimes, right? Because the brand is not there anymore, or those colors are not there anymore. So that's the only issue that I experience with Timo. So with that in mind, I decided to change my buying, the way that I buy yarn. I buy it based on a project. So whatever project that I have in mind, then I buy the yarn that I believe will be enough to cover that project, right? So I think that shifts. It also saves me a lot of money, because then sometimes I buy too much. Like if I see a color and it's really exciting, it's an exciting color, I get too much of that, and then I get sick of it. Because then now everything I make is in that color, and I just get sick of it, and then it just sits there, and then I have to try and force myself to use it because it's there, right? So I think that a more efficient way for me, and a more cost efficient way for me to buy yarn nowadays, is to think of a project. Like if I have a project in mind, oh, I really want to make this, then I buy the quantity of yarn that is sufficient to cover that project. And with that, I make sure that the color is the same, and the brand is still there, obviously, when I'm buying the yarn. And it just saves a lot if I do it that way. So nowadays I buy yarn based on projects. I do not have a big stash of yarn. Like I see some people here, they have like a whole room full of yarn. I'm not like that. My yarn is just like in a little small cabinet. It's a little small cabinet, and even that cabinet is not full, because I don't have the finances, firstly, to overconsume yarn, and to have an in-house yarn store. But I can only dream. I can only dream. Like when I see some YouTubers and they have a whole room full of yarn, like all types of yarn, and I'm just like, that is a dream for me. It will never come true for me. Well, you can never say never. You can never say never. But I think for me, and the way that my life is structured, it is not cost efficient for me to do it that way, to just buy a whole bunch of yarn and have it ready, have it stacked up and stuff. And also, I don't have the space for it. Right? I don't have the space for it. So, but it's nice. It's nice when you see like people having like so much of yarn. It's like, can I come shopping at your house? Can I literally just come shopping at at your house, right? But for me, yeah, that is where I get my yarn, and that is my philosophy. I just buy it based on a project. I don't have a big stash of yarn. It's just, again, a small little cabinet, and even that cabinet is not full. I am not also one of those people that can tell you that I started knitting whenever I was 11 years old, and then I stopped. I learned this a year ago. Um, I never even knew that I could do it. I never even knew that it existed. Well, I knew it existed, but it was not in the realm of possibilities in my life. But one day, my son came to me and he said that he wants to learn how to knit, right? And I'm sure he saw it on some YouTube video. And so I am the kind of mother, I am wanting to tap into whatever fixation he has for that moment. just to kind of see, is this the thing that you want to, you know, explore? Is this your talent? Is this what you're going to be good at? You know, I always try and you know, engage every kind of fixation, well, within reason, within reasonable reason, just to see if, is this your talent? Is this something that you want to, you know, build upon going into the future or whatever? So he said he wants to learn to knit. So I said, well, okay. That's new. So me being me, I went ahead and I bought, you know, some needles locally. I think it was at a China shop or whatever. I went and bought some needles and some yarn, whatever that was available at the China shop, and we opened up YouTube, YouTube University, and we started to figure it out, like, how do you do this? So in our exploration, I discovered that we both discovered that knitting was too difficult, and so we learned that there is another world that is called crochet, where you only have to use one needle. So we went ahead and we went to the China shop. We looked for a crochet needle. So we got, you know, whatever random crochet needle, and then we came back again and we tried to crochet, because I never knew that there was a difference anyway. I just thought that if you're holding yarn in a needle, then you're knitting. I just knew it was knitting. I never knew that there was another world, um, that was called crochet, right? So we discovered that together on YouTube, and so we tried to crochet because knitting was becoming too too difficult for us. We couldn't do it. So we got a crochet needle, and then we tried to crochet. Okay, so crochet seems simple because you're only holding one and you just kind of, you know, slipping it over the yarn. I mean, sorry, the needle. So that kind of worked, but of course, it wasn't something that he was interested in, which then I became interested in it because he kind of abandoned the whole thing, but I remained. And so that's how the journey started. I really got hooked on crocheting because knitting was becoming too difficult. So I really got hooked on crocheting. So I started looking again on YouTube. How do we do it? You know, YouTube University, you know, through and through. So I learned, and then I got on with crocheting a year ago. I started crocheting, buying yarn, doing this and that. And so, all in all, my son introduced me to this world. And the journey still continues. It's really, really fun. I really, really enjoy those moments where I'm waiting. I'm usually waiting for my son to come out from school. And I'm waiting, I'm sitting in the car and I'm crocheting and knitting. It feels like productive waiting. And because I'm waiting, but I'm also doing something really productive in those 10 minutes. And those are the moments that bring me so much of joy during the day. This craft is something that has brought me so much of mental liberation, I would say. Life can get really, really hectic and stressful. And I think that it is so important to find a space or create a space for yourself where you can sort of bring yourself back to center and ground yourself, and, you know, bring back your sanity, because life can really take you out sometimes. And, you know, for me, knitting, crocheting, this craft has been something that has really helped me with my psychology. Is it psychology? Or it has helped me a lot with my mental state of being. Um, and so, yeah, it's been really, really fun. It's been a fun journey. And that is where I'm going to end this video. And thank you again so much for watching. If you've been watching all the way to the end, I appreciate you so very much. And please do like and subscribe as well. I would appreciate that. Comments down below. Let's chat. Let's get to know each other. And until next time, I will see you guys pretty soon. Bye.